Hey guys, it's Anita again. I'm back. I'm doing a three-step video series on being able to create high ticket offers that totally explode your business. So if you haven't caught the first video, go back and watch that. This video is the second one in the series of three. So this video, we're going to talk about collaborating with partners. Now, here's a couple of things. Number one, I've been in business as an entrepreneur in this current business. I've had other businesses in the past, but in this business, I've been in business for about 5.5 years, and that's in the online space. Can I just tell you, when I started to realize that I can collaborate with other partners in all new ways, and I bring my expertise to the table and they bring their expertise to the table, and we're able to do something more amazing, like God says, when he brings the two people, we're able to do something more amazing and maybe even impossible than we ever even thought or dreamed. What I'm noticing in my business by being able to take this one idea is to be able to collaborate with other people and in generosity, give and serve like crazy as they give and serve like crazy. I'm having so much fun. So I'm actually having more fun in my business in the past couple of months with some of these new offers and some of this new content and some of this collaboration and some of these partnerships than I've ever had before. And so I hope you experience the same thing. You can see it on my countenance, on my face. Like, I'm so excited to teach you today and walk through this process. Okay, so why do we want to collaborate? One of the things that we want to do is we want to be able to explode our audience and our impact. So I know each one of you that's listening online or that's in our communities already, and watching the replay of this, I know that you have a message inside of you that only God has put inside of you, and you have a desire to make an impact. Part of that impact is when we show up on social media. I go and create content. I show up to the events. I show up as a guest speaker. Everywhere I go, don't we know that we have like maybe an image in our head or a picture in our heart that says, I want to be able to reach other people so that I can help them. All of us that have had like an origin story that says, I don't know, mine was, I came from the corporate space. I really struggled in a lot of ways. I was super successful, but I wasn't really fulfilled. Came home and homeschooled my kids for a while. Absolutely love that experience. But then I got kind of restless to go and make money again, because I knew that God had designed me with these amazing skills as a leader and a powerhouse on the platform and a teacher to be able to go out and do this thing. So I kind of started this journey of going through that. And then we had like a medical crisis hit and then a job loss hit. So why am I telling you all of those things? Like, there's a story inside of me that actually is making an impact on everybody else every time I tell that story. So I know that each time that I show up, and instead of being the best kept secret in Austin, Texas, Anita is the best known um, event consultant in all of the online space. One of the things that I know when I come to the table and I share my story and I share my wisdom and I share my systems, then actually other lives are changed. And that's what totally invigorates me. I love that part of what I do. So when you collaborate with others, think of it. You take your story and their story and you start coupling it together. You take your audience and their audience and you start coupling it together. And then boom, it's like you explode each other's audience and each other's impact, because we're not designed to actually do all of life on our own. Can I just tell you that? Like, God's word says we're actually designed to be in community. So each time we partner with others in an amazing way to be able to serve one another and honor one another and bring integrity to the table, don't we know we have a bigger impact that just goes out like a ripple effect? I just love that. I love that picture of you know how like when you're a kid, you threw a stone into the water and the ripples went out. That's the name of my business. I always love that idea that I can actually just throw my content out there, bringing value to all my listeners, and it's going to go out like a ripple effect and make a difference in somebody else's life. So as I partner with others, we just actually magnify that ability to impact others. So okay, so here's like some practical and tactical. One of the things that we notice in the online space, maybe not online space, let me just correct myself. One of the things that I used to notice is I would come to the table, and in my mind, this was a limiting belief that I had, is that I felt like everybody was competition. Oh my gosh, like, you're a coach, I'm a coach, you're a podcaster, I'm a podcaster, you're a teacher, you're a this, you're a that. Oh, we're competing. Now, Some of that was the corporate environment that I was raised in. I was raised in an environment in the corporate space working for a billion-dollar company. Anita, show me all your best because you're in competition with all your peers. You're in competition in your revenue. You're trying to be a leader on the board, blah, 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 all those kinds of things. But actually, what I've come to realize is that I don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to show up and be me, and I can collaborate with other partners, because here's the other part of it. There's like a life cycle that our customers are on. There's a journey that they're on, and there's these different markers when they're on the journey. Maybe when they're first starting out, they need help in finding what you do. Maybe you help them, I don't know, build the business, like all the mechanics of putting the business together. Maybe next on the journey, you help them break through the mindset. And then you're like, that's, I don't know, not sequential steps, but that is a step. Maybe you're in the customer's journey, their lifestyle journey, if they've reached like a certain maximum. Maybe they're at 10K a month and you're going to help them break through to like the next level. Maybe your delivery mechanism of helping them do a breakthrough is I'll just use my examples, utilize virtual masterclass events to get 6 and 7 figure days. Like, see what I'm talking about here is there's a journey that each and every one of us as business owners are on. Maybe they're at a spot where they've kind of exploded and they need help with Facebook's ads. That's a different spot in the journey than when we're just starting out. Maybe they've reached capacity where their Facebook ads that are running, they're pouring as $100,000 a month. And if they could spend more money on Facebook ads, they would totally do that. And that's your sweet spot, is being able to explode them past that current limit that they're at. So see how there's a journey that everybody walks on. And what we want to do is we kind of figure out where we are on that journey. And then I go to my other partners. I have a really good friend that's phenomenal at all things YouTube and creating content and then showing up on camera and then all the equipment that goes with it. That's her superpower. Like, she's amazing at it. She's taught me some amazing things. That's shout out to Diana Gladney, if you want to know who that is. Like, she's so incredible at being able to do all things YouTube, grow your audience, all things camera, audio. She's spoken on stages. She's a world-renowned author. Like, see how she's a part of the life cycle that we all go through. We don't all necessarily need my expertise or Diana's expertise all through the journey, but at some point along the journey, we need that. So my job is to recognize where I'm at on like that line of a customer's journey, put myself in that line, and then figure out who's maybe comes before me, who comes after me in my customer's journey. So I help clients, as you know, like explode their audience, explode their impact, reach those 6 and 7 figure months and then days. Okay, Anita, so what would be next in the journey? Well, they have all this money coming in and they need to know a way to be able to steward that money. Instead of just, now, there's nothing wrong with buying more stuff. I love new cars. I love new houses. I love trips. I love all those things. I think they're amazing. But don't we know that we also want to be good stewards of the money that God has given us and that he's entrusted into our hands? And so as my clients are coming in, one of the things that I do in my offer is I put in my financial forecasting expert. And what she does is come in after they have, like, there's a problem when you don't have any money, but don't you know there's actually also a problem when you have so much money coming in that you can think in your mind you're not really sure what to do with it. So how do we find ways to save that money, invest that money, reinvest in our businesses, help our kids do the things that they're supposed to do, help our spouses do the things that God's called them to do, improve our lifestyle, improve our health, improve our tithing, improve all the impact that we want to have in all these different ways. Maybe your heart's desire is you want to be able to start a nonprofit. So as the money comes in, you want to be able to then go back and serve in an area where you can do that for free, or you can do that for a low dollar amount. So see how the big influx of cash creates all these other problems, and we're figuring out where we are in the journey, and then we just step in and help people to do that. So why do I say all that? So we're going to find people that are on other spots of the journey. Then we're going to just reach out to them. And we're going to start with some simple things. Like, I know that you know at least 25 people that are in this space. And what you're going to do is right now, or right when you're done listening to this, you're going to write down the name of 25 people that you know that have audience, that have offers, have a business, they have convertings. We're not talking about people that are just starting out and that have no offer, no audience, nothing converting in there. Like, in other words, you're connecting with people that already have success, figuring out where they are in the journey, and then you're offering to go and partner with them. And so write down those 25 people. Like, that's a real action item. Write down those 25 people that you want to collaborate, and then just start reaching out and serving. You show up and say, because we're no longer competing, I show up and say, hey, don't you know, I'm right here in the journey. You're right here in the journey. How about we connect? I'll serve your audience. You serve my audience. Then we're better together. Like, this is kind of the idea. Okay, a couple of ways that we can compensate, because when we collaborate, don't we know that it's so much more fun when there's generosity and all of our circles? Like, we want to be able to show up generously and give, but we also want to be able to show up generously and give financially. So some of the things that you can do with when you invite a collaborator to come into your audience, let's say I have a high ticket offer that's $25K. I'm going to invite a guest speaker in as an expert. She's going to do that next step, like my financial forecasting expert that I have mentioned. And maybe you can do whatever you want, by the way. I'm just going to give you some examples. Maybe she and I work out a deal where she has like 100% of the ticket sales that come in. She gets 100% of those profits. Maybe we have a situation where we do a rev share on the back end and I give her 10% or 25% or 50%. See how when we go high ticket, by the way, it allows all of us in God's kingdom to be more like kingdom entrepreneurs and be more generous, because God has abundance for us. So little side note there's more than enough for more than enough of us with more than enough left over to go around. So some of the other things. So we, in our generosity, that's what we were talking about. So in our generosity, maybe we show up and say, I gave you 2 examples already. What are some other examples? Maybe we have like a front end offer if you get a certain percentage of my ticket sales, but then there's a back end offer if you get a certain percent of revenue as that comes in. But really what we're doing is we're just creatively thinking. Sometimes the offer that we're going to offer the people that we're going to collaborate with is based on their audience. I'm telling you, if they have like 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1 million followers in their audience, you're going to create a different offer for the person that has 1 million people in their audience than you are with the person that has 1,000, not because one is better or worse, but because the reach that you have, what's possible by getting into that audience. So in your list of 25, I would encourage you to do a couple of things. Have a mix of people that you know, and that you know that you can just show up and start having conversations with. These are also people, by the way. So let me just finish that thought. Have a mix of people that you already know, where you've already shown up and maybe like served in their audience or something like that. But then also have a couple that are in there that are like your big fish, maybe like your big name people. I don't know. I'm thinking of like Tony Robbins or something like that. Like have a mix of people. Don't have all of the big fish that you don't know. You can do that once you have some more proven success, but don't not have those people on your list, but then have a big list that you know that you can make connections with, like right now. So here's the other last part of it is we show up best and have these collaborations best when I've already shown up, you've already shown up in their communities serving. So see how what I'm not saying, hey, Susie Bell, I want to come into your audience because I want your audience and I need something from you. I'm coming in saying, hey, Susie Bell, I've already shown up. I've served in your mastermind. I've served in your membership community. I've served in your Facebook community. We've already made a connection. We've known each other. I served you so well. Now can't we collaborate as I'm kicking up this new higher ticket offer? And so see the difference there is as I'm not going to somebody out of need or because I want something from them necessarily. I'm actually going with a heart of service. And don't you know those kinds of collaborations, they serve them, they serve me. And then they're full of generosity. They're full of giving. They're full of serving. And those, by the way, if you haven't already experienced it, those are so much more fun. Okay, so a couple of notes as I wrap up this video. Number 1, if as I've gone through these steps in these videos, this is kind of like pique your interest and you want to have more information, you want to have a conversation with me and go a little bit deeper, I'm going to make sure and put a link that you can book a call and we'll continue on the conversation one-on-one. The other thing is next up, and the last one in this series, we're going to talk about all the choreography for your event and your content. So stay tuned. Talk to you soon.